What's up, guys? Brent Bowser here with Whiskey Throttle Media. We're out here today at Fox Raceway on our bike build of our 2024 KX450X. We've had this bike for some time now. I have 10.5 hours on it so far. For the first 9.5 hours, I rode the bike in fully stock form. I raced 2 of the NGPC races on it. I really wanted to test the bike out fully stock. Nothing else was on the bike, just how it came. So we had some time on it. And for today, we want to do a bike build. We did a few different things. Started off some works connection goodies, just a little bling kit on the caps up here, the plugs, just overall make it look a little better. Hinson clutch cover makes the bike just look good. Some Acerbis handguards and front brake disc cover. And really that's big for the off-road races that I'm doing. Lots of rocks, lots of roost. So these handguards have really come in key. The 2 biggest things I was really interested in learning about and seeing how well they changed the bike characteristics was, one, the boys at Factory Connection did our suspension, and Bill's gave us exhaust system for this bike. So first I want to talk about the suspension. On the off-road model, the suspension comes a little softer than the R version, and so through the first couple of races I did, I noticed suspension was pretty soft, which I like for off-road, but I was blowing through the stroke and it needed some more hold up. So that's one thing we focused on the suspension, was keep it soft, but give it a little bit more hold up in the rough stuff, and you're not blowing through the stroke and things like that. So I feel like the suspension was really good today. As the day wore on and there were some bigger bumps and there's some big jumps out here, I did blow through the stroke on the bumps and the jumps a few times, but I expect that. That's a couple of the things I have to give up with softer suspension. So on the off-road sections, it works really well. You might blow through the stroke once it gets rough on the moto track and some bigger jumps like that. But overall, I'm happy with what we did to it, and I'm curious to see how it holds up at the next race. The other thing we did was put this Bill's exhaust system on the bike, and really, I've never ridden with the Bill's exhaust system before. The first thing I noticed when mounting this thing was, when I was taking the stock exhaust system off, was how heavy the stock exhaust system is, where this thing, I think you're almost saving 5 pounds. So that was the first thing I noticed. And then the second thing was, this bike is really choked up in stock form with the exhaust and the airbox and everything everybody's talking about. So the first thing I noticed was just how much it opened up the bike, where it didn't feel like it was starving for air. And on the track, had a lot more hit out of the corners. And just overall felt like you had quite a bit more horsepower. So really impressed with that. I mean, it's night and day difference with that pipe, and then obviously you got the weight savings with that too. The other thing I did to help with the airflow is we pulled the grommet out of the airbox like everybody else. I also took the screen out of the air filter cage, just again to get more airflow. Another thing I'm going to try, haven't done it yet, is drill some holes in the airbox, try to get even more airflow. But overall, I think with the mods we've done on this thing, it definitely has taken that choked up feeling out of the bike. The other thing I did was, when the bike comes stock, the only thing difference between this bike and the R version is the suspension and the 18-inch rear wheel and the mapping. So it has an off-road setting map in there. I went to a more of aggressive map. There's lots of maps out there. You can find, less aggressive, more aggressive. So I put an aggressive map on here. And overall, with all the things we've done to the bike, it's definitely made the bike a lot better. The power's still manageable, but you have more pull where you want it. And I mean, to be honest, I can't be any happier with this bike. For the 10.5 hours we've had on it, we've had no issues, and it's just been overall fun bike to ride. So if you're interested in more hearing about all of our other bike builds, go to our YouTube page and check it out.
If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos, comment what you thought, and share it with your friends.